Every single second, we receive 11 million bits of information as inputs in our brain. About 10 million comes from our eyes, 1 million from our skin, 100,000 through our nose, 100,000 through our ears, and 1,000 from our taste. Yet somehow our conscious mind can only process 50 to 60 bits, and long term we can only store 4 to 7 of these bits. Every single day we're receiving more and more information, and our brains just haven't caught up to the amount of information that the world has provided us. Honing in our focus is now a skill that's more important than ever. It's not just concentration or directing attention, but it's really a huge umbrella that directs our entire life. In this video, we're going to discuss 4 main points. Number 1, what is focus? Number 2, who stole our focus? Because it's really been stolen. Number 3, why do we need our focus back, or why do we care that it's been stolen? And number 4, strategies or techniques for stealing it back, taking control. Number 1, what is focus? Now, most people think of focus as just sitting down at your desk and directing all of your attention towards a task, and maybe you have an assignment. If you're at work, you put 30 minutes and you're focusing on something. Now, that is true, but that's more accurately known as concentration. So in the focus umbrella, there's 3 main terms: focus, concentration, and attention. Focus is us prioritizing concentration. It's blocking out distractions and heading towards a specific goal. Concentration is us directing attention on a certain task. So this is what most people think of when they say, I'm focusing. And attention is the actual process of completing a task, the actual mental energy it takes to do that task. So you can think of it like a car. If you have fuel, that's the attention. The actual process that gets the car going, the fuel in your head, that's the attention. The concentration is pretty much the steering wheel. It directs where the car goes, and it determines the path that it takes. Now here's the biggest part, and this is why focus is so important. Focus is like the car's destination. It's where the car wants to end up. So you as the driver, you have the steering wheel, and you determine a destination, and you determine how to get there. So you steer, you choose the best route, usually the quickest route. But for some reason in our lives today, we don't want to take the quickest route. We want to take these shortcuts that have risk of not working, but maybe they're new and novel and they trigger our dopamine. But for some reason, we just never end up getting to that destination. And if you guys aren't following, that destination can be a business, it can become a job promotion, becoming financially free, it can become having a work-life balance, some new habit that you're trying. There's unlimited destinations, but for some reason, we try new things because they're new and exciting, yet we don't take the old reliable paths on getting there. Now, point number 2, who stole your focus, or how did this happen? Where did we lose our focus? And to be honest, you can say it was stolen, but at the end of the day, you're the one who's giving it away. I will say, to be fair, it's almost like we're sedated and we're drugged and they're asking for a favor. It's extremely hard not to give your attention or not to give your concentration. In the world we live in, filled with dopamine hits everywhere we turn the corner, there's another dopamine hit, another company, influencer, someone trying to steal your attention. Now, these companies like TikTok, Instagram, Shorts, they're all engineering, and they literally have room full of engineers on how they can steal your time, my time as well, everyone's time, because if they steal your time, it's more money for them. And so there's a few different strategies that they use to steal your time or to keep you hooked, essentially. And the most common nowadays is endless scrolling. If you guys follow any neuroscience, you are probably familiar with Dr. Andrew Huberman, and he kind of talks about what makes endless scrolling so addictive.
When we first get on social media for the first time or after a long period of time, the amount of dopamine that's released we think is quite substantial. It's novel. Remember, dopamine is about novelty, surprise, and the sense that we are on some exciting track.
And once you find out, it's pretty scary how they use that. They use a technique called random intermittent rewards. And that means essentially, when you first start off on Instagram, you do get couple hits of dopamine and you feel pretty good. You catch up with some old friends perhaps, but after 10-15 minutes you begin to wonder why you scroll, but you keep scrolling and keep scrolling and keep scrolling, and you don't even want to scroll. But then a video pops up that you really like, and then it's 3 minutes of scrolling and it's pretty boring, and then another video pops up that you really like. And so that's where those random rewards come in, and that's really what casinos are. And so they get you hooked, you lose money until you make a little bit of money. It's like a glimmer of hope, and so they reel you back back in and bring you back. And so you just stay, and it's an endless loop, and they refresh, and the algorithms are so smart, and they purposely delay when they save the best videos to keep you hooked for longer. Now there's also other strategies like autoplay, where they just keep playing things without really options. There's how they gamify things. There's communities that they create in YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. So you want to feel included. And then the opposite of that, when they send push notifications, you don't want to feel excluded. So they use FOMO. They really use a lot of psychological tricks to keep you on there. Now, it's not just these companies, even your favorite influencers are figuring out how they can steal your time. They want to take your time because when they have your time, it's money for them. And it's not always in a bad way. If they make an entertaining video for you, that's great. Everyone wins, right? If you're familiar with Cal Newport, he says, if you don't guard your time, someone else will steal it. And they might not have the worst intentions, but either way, they're gonna steal it. Everyone out here is fighting for your time, these influencers, these huge companies, your friends, your family, and they might not have the bad intentions, but either way, you're not getting done what you want to get done, and we've lost this focus. Now, really, the social media has destroyed concentration because of how it affects dopamine in the brain. Now you just increase your baseline level of dopamine, and it's hard to do hard/boring things. But what about focus? How does focus play into this? Because we talked about focus is the overarching goal, where we want to go, what the destination is. And so that brings us into the next point, which is, why should we even care at all? Who cares? Maybe we just take some pills, some ADHD medicine, some Adderall, Ritalin, and then now we're laser focused. And that fixes all the problems, right? Now we can really concentrate, to use proper terms. We can really direct our attention and we have no problems. But that doesn't fix focus, the big umbrella. Why we can't stick to these big projects and goals, and why we keep switching up, trying new diets, trying that side hustle. We just keep switching and switching and switching, and we never end up going anywhere. And so even if we could concentrate, we need to concentrate on the right thing, like career advancement, financial independence, work-life balance, and these things require intentionality, direction. And the best things in life don't happen by accident. You might hear about this one lucky guy who started a business at the perfect time and the market really took off and everything played right. So they say it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. So you better believe that guy was grinding before his success came to him. A lot of times people just want to look at the outside. They want to see, oh, why can't I get lucky like that? But really, they don't see what's behind it. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to know that, oh, it takes effort. If I put in the time now, then I'll get success. No, they want to skip that, take a shortcut, and then just like the car, they end up taking a road that doesn't exist. They end up fantasizing. They want to get rich quick. They want to make money without having to work. They want a side hustle that makes 6 figures. And not that those things aren't possible. It's just that when you keep trying those things and failing and failing and failing, you should probably stick to something that's tried and true, something that's been tested, something where you put in the work, you focus, and you don't try to take shortcuts. I mean, I'm all for doing things quicker, right? But don't cheat yourself out of something. And we all know what we're cheating ourselves out of. I mean, I love shortcuts, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna try to cheat myself out of something. If I know there's work to be done, then you gotta put your head down and do the work. You can't get around doing work. If there was no work to be done, but to have success, then how would anybody be successful? Everyone would be successful. And then everyone would be at that baseline and no one would be successful. So you gotta put in work above the crowd, and that's how you rise. And a lot of times, once we do have the right path, we can't stick to it. So what's up with that, you know? It's another opportunity here, another opportunity there. And everything online, you go on YouTube, you find out, how do I start an online business? And you see videos for Amazon, videos for drop shipping, videos for SMMA. You see videos for trading crypto, for day trading, for swing trading. You have all types of businesses and they all make money. They all do. But you have to work with one over a long enough period of time where you can expect results. Not where, oh, if I do this for 2 months, then I might get results because someone I saw on YouTube a long time ago, he got results after only 1 month. No. You need to treat this seriously. You need to put your head down and you need to say, I'm gonna put in the work and I'm gonna expect results because I'm gonna do so much work that it would be unrealistic for me not to have results. Not, oh, there's a chance I might have results. That's not how things get done. So pretty much focus is gone, right? No, I mean, this whole video has been pretty negative, but let's try to get to some positives on how we can actually take this focus back, steal it back, put it in our pockets, and hopefully even grow it. Hey guys, really quickly, if you're liking this video, it would mean the world to me if you could hit that subscribe button and that like button. That really helps the algorithm, and I just started this channel. If you guys like it, that would mean a lot to me. Anyways, let's get on with the video. Now, first things first, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. And so what that really means is that we need to define our goals first. And goals aren't gonna be the same for everyone. So for some people, it might be to have a business, to be financially free. But for other people, it might be to start a family or to spend time with their existing family. So these goals are very subjective, and you need to take time to define them because, like I said, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Once we do have our goal defined, we can reverse engineer how to get there. And I think you are all familiar with this process, but either way, I'm gonna take you through an example. Let's say that we wanna start a business, and that's pretty much our first step, identifying the goal. Next would be to break the goal into more manageable steps. And I wanna kind of have two subsets of this, which is our research and our action steps. Now, if you're not sure how to split that into steps, you can ask yourself, what would a business person do? They would ask themselves, well, how do I start a power washing company? And they research online. How do I start an Amazon business? And they research online. So that's where it starts. And once you start there, I promise you're gonna find the next thing to look into and the next thing. So research is where we brainstorm, research the market, determine if there's enough demand, find the target audience, figure out the best ways to channel and market to them, go through basically just figuring out if this is a viable business plan. Now, once we do have the research, we need to stick to it. If we pick drop shipping, we're gonna stick to drop shipping. If we pick SMMA, we're gonna stick to SMMA. If we pick that we're gonna become a real estate agent, we're gonna stick to that. And I don't want you guys to get scared and say, oh, that means I have to do a bunch of research and I have to be fully prepared because this is the next 40 years of my life. Like, people wanna plan for 40 years out when they don't even have a business. I know people that are complaining about the taxes that they have to pay in a business that they haven't even started making money in. And so that's what you're saying yourself. You need to start a business first. And once you have that, then these other problems become real and you can deal with them then. Now, obviously you wanna stick to something that you think you're gonna enjoy because you don't wanna be doing something that you don't enjoy, but you should only be researching the things that you enjoy in the first place. And I guarantee in this world, you'll find something. Right now, anything can be monetized, and we have really a golden opportunity. And so when I say stick to it, I don't mean, let's say you wanna start a plumbing business, you're gonna use Instagram ads, and then you're gonna have this funnel and this website, and you're gonna have this ad. I don't mean those things can't change, but if you say you're gonna do plumbing, then you don't say to yourself, okay, now I'm gonna do roofing instead because I think it's gonna be easier. Because the grass is always greener on the other side. And so once we have our action steps, then we want to have deadlines. And this is going to help us be more accountable with ourselves. And if we share them with other people, then they can be our accountability partners. So now our action steps. And so this is after the research, we find the idea, we stick to it. Now what do? We're going to ask business friends what they think. We're going to refine the idea, create a proposal. If you need money, to raise money, maybe obtain financing, create the actual product, or maybe it's a service. We're gonna fully go through what that service is, and then it's time to actually execute. Now, that's pretty much the whole business, and each business is gonna be different, but what I like to tell people is that because it is a lot to research and it's a lot to plan for, and if you don't know how to run a business, you probably ask yourself, well, what do I plan for? That's the hardest part for people, is they don't know what to research, what to plan for. So let's say you have a social media marketing business. Here's what you need to ask yourself. If I had a customer today ask for the service that I want to offer, what would I need to have in place? What would I need to have in place? Not want, but if I had the customer today, what would I need to have in place? And then you'll figure out, oh, well, I need to know how to charge them. I need to know how to manage their portal. Maybe I need to know what graphics they like and what design preferences they have. I need to know which channels. I need to create proposals. That's how you figure out what you need to plan for in your action steps. and then also your research. So in that research stage, you can use that question as well. So deadlines help us keep ourselves accountable. And with deadlines, we want to be really specific. Otherwise, they're not going to mean anything. If we say, I want to lose weight this year, when this year? Sooner this year? No, we need to say, I want to lose this many pounds by this date. I want to lose 25 pounds by July 5th because I have an anniversary on July 6th, something like that. Specific. If you're not specific, then how can we plan properly? Deadlines also give us a sense of urgency, a way to track and measure things. And once we set the deadlines, there's gonna be other things. There's always gonna be other things that pop into our schedule, but we need to learn to say no. Because remember, this was our goal. We defined the goal, this is the way to get there. So everything that we say yes to that gets in the way or interrupts this new plan and schedule routine that we have, that's us telling ourselves, forget the goal. And that's so often what we do. We just forget the goal because this new shiny object, like shiny object syndrome comes in, and we decide to chase after the new thing. And that's what keeps us on the wheel. So we need to say no to that thing, no to this thing. And we need to realize that once we set our eyes in, we lock in and focus, that's where true results come in from. So to recap, there's 4 steps. Our focus has been stolen, our concentration is getting worse, and we're pretty much letting this happen. 2, what is focus? Focus is big picture. It's not just sitting down and doing a task, although that is important. That's part of focus, and that's concentrating. That's not entirely what focus is. Focus is the goal in mind. 3rd, why it matters is because without us being able to stick to a goal, define a goal, we're never gonna get where we wanna go. 4th, how we get this back. We need to define our goals, reverse engineer a way to get there, and once we pick the way, we stick to it. And guys, if you follow these guidelines, I promise that you're on your way to everything you ever wanted. Thanks so much for watching. My name's Aron Zapatero. If you guys liked the video, leave a thumbs up. If you wanna see more, subscribe. I just started this channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and thanks so much for watching. Peace.